Have you ever heard of a lake at the bottom of the ocean? Sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, right? But these otherworldly places are very real. They're called brine pools, and they are some of the most extreme and mysterious environments on our planet. Today we're diving deep, thousands of feet below the surface, to uncover the secrets of these underwater lakes and the bizarre life that calls them home. So what exactly is a brine pool? Imagine a pocket of water on the seafloor that's so incredibly salty it's 4 to 5 times saltier than the surrounding ocean. This super dense, super salty water, or brine, doesn't mix with the seawater above it. Instead, it forms a distinct lake with its own surface and even its own shoreline. If a submersible were to dip into it, it would float on the surface, just like a boat on a lake. The boundary is so clear you can see ripples on its surface, created by the movement of the water above. These pools form over millions of years. Deep beneath the seafloor, there are massive deposits of salt left over from ancient evaporated seas. When seawater seeps down through cracks in the Earth's crust, it dissolves this salt, becoming incredibly saturated. This heavy brine then pushes its way back up to the seafloor, often carrying dissolved minerals and gases like methane and hydrogen sulfide with it. When it emerges, it's too dense to mix, so it settles into depressions on the ocean floor, creating these incredible self-contained pools. For most marine life, stumbling upon a brine pool is a death sentence. The extreme saltiness is toxic, and the lack of oxygen makes it impossible to breathe. Scientists often find the preserved bodies of fish and crabs that unwittingly swam or fell into these pools, earning them grim nicknames like the jacuzzi of despair. The high salinity essentially pickles them, preserving their bodies in a haunting underwater graveyard along the pool's edge. It's a stark reminder of just how inhospitable these environments are. But here's where it gets truly fascinating. While these pools are deadly to most, they are also oases of life for a select few. The key lies in the chemicals seeping from the seafloor along with the brine. This chemical-rich environment, devoid of sunlight and oxygen, is the perfect home for extremophiles organisms that thrive in conditions we'd consider lethal. We're talking about a world dominated by microbes, bacteria, and archaea. These tiny organisms are the masters of chemosynthesis. Instead of using sunlight for energy like plants do, they use chemical reactions. They metabolize compounds like methane and hydrogen sulfide, the same stuff that gives rotten eggs their smelt to create energy. This process forms the very foundation of the entire brine pool ecosystem. An entire food web, completely independent of the sun, is built upon these incredible microbes. Around the edges of the brine pools, where the toxic brine meets the oxygenated seawater, a unique community flourishes. Mussels, in particular, form dense beds that line the shores of these underwater lakes. But these aren't your average mussels. They have a remarkable symbiotic relationship with the chemosynthetic bacteria. The mussels filter the bacteria from the water, essentially farming them for food. The bacteria live inside the mussel's gills, providing a constant source of nutrients. It's a perfect partnership that allows life to thrive on the very edge of a toxic zone. Besides mussels, you can also find specialized tube worms, shrimps, and crabs that have adapted to this bizarre frontier. These animals have evolved specific ways to deal with the low oxygen and high toxicity. Some have special hemoglobin in their blood that is incredibly efficient at capturing what little oxygen is available. Others have developed ways to detoxify the harmful chemicals. It's a stunning example of life's incredible ability to adapt and find a way, even in the most extreme places imaginable. Why are scientists so fascinated by brine pools? Well, for one, they give us a glimpse into what life might have looked like on early Earth, before our atmosphere was rich in oxygen. These ecosystems, powered by chemical energy instead of sunlight, could be analogs for the very first forms of life on our planet. They show us that life doesn't always need the sun to thrive. Even more exciting is what this means for the search for extraterrestrial life. When we look for life on other planets and moons, like Jupiter's moon, Europa, or Saturn's moon Enceladus, we're looking at worlds with vast liquid water oceans hidden beneath icy shells. There's no sunlight down there, but there could be hydrothermal vents and chemical seeps, similar to what creates brine pools on Earth. Brine pools prove that complex ecosystems can exist without light, powered entirely by chemical energy. This means that icy moons, which were once considered unlikely places for life, could actually be prime candidates. They might harbor their own versions of brine pools. with alien microbes performing chemosynthesis at the bottom of a dark, cold ocean. The life we find in our own deep sea could be a blueprint for what we might one day find light years away. Studying these environments is incredibly challenging. They're located thousands of feet deep in total darkness, under immense pressure. Scientists rely on remotely operated vehicles, or ROVs, and submersibles to explore them. These robotic explorers are equipped with high-definition cameras, robotic arms for collecting samples, and a suite of sensors to measure temperature, salinity, and chemical composition. Every sample of mud, water, and life brought back to the surface is a treasure trove of information. By studying the DNA of the microbes, scientists can understand their unique metabolic pathways. By analyzing the chemistry of the brine, they can piece together the geological processes that formed the pool. Each expedition reveals new species and new insights into how life can function at its absolute limits. From a seemingly barren patch on the ocean floor rises a world of incredible complexity and resilience. Brine pools are not just geological oddities, they're living laboratories. They challenge our understanding of where life can exist and what it needs to survive. They remind us that our planet is still full of mysteries and that its most extreme environments hold clues to some of science's biggest questions, from the origins of life on Earth to the search for it elsewhere in the cosmos. The deep sea is the largest habitat on Earth, yet more than 80% of it remains unexplored. Who knows what other strange and wonderful worlds like the brine pools are waiting to be discovered in the abyss? The next time you look at a calm ocean surface, remember the incredible, dynamic, and sometimes deadly world that lies beneath. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive today. If you found this as fascinating as I did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into the unknown corners of our world. Let me know in the comments what other deep-sea mysteries you'd like to explore. See you next time.